Why hello! I'm back! I wanted to make this video as kind of a companion to an article I wrote a few weeks ago about Diablo 4 and what we should expect from it. And yeah, let's get to it. I've been a Diablo fan for a long time now. I remember when I was around 10 years old, a friend of mine gave me Diablo 2 as a birthday gift, and ever since fell in love with Diablo 3 and played a lot of it, a lot. Diablo 3 is a really good game, but it lacks a lot of things. It's not the complete game that I wish it was. I love that game and it could be so much more. So now all we can do is hope for what Diablo 4 is gonna be. These games usually take more than 10 years to be developed. It's just the way Blizzard develop games. So it gets me really afraid of what Diablo 4 is gonna be. I want it to come out and it be a good game, a game that everyone enjoys, and a complete game. I've been playing Path of Exile. It's a game that released in 2013, I believe, so it's a really old game, but it's still kicking. I started playing last season and I started having so much fun. Path of Exile is a game where you have to jump in with a build, with a guide, otherwise you have no idea what's going on. And that might be scary, right? Why am I going to play that game if I don't understand what's going on? But here's the thing, when you do understand what's going on, it's so much fun. Believe me, it is. For last season, I think I clocked around 220 hours and it was a blast. I followed the build guide for a witch character, magic, and it was tons of fun, but I ended up switching to another character mid-season. That character was way more powerful, I think, because I understood a few of the mechanics, and now on this new league, where it resets your progress, I feel like I'm doing way better and I understand the game as a whole now. Path of Exile has a really robust economy. When I say robust, it's it goes deep. Because the economy is based on the players' interactions and what the players are selling and not, just like a real market, just like a real stock market. And that is insane. The game doesn't have gold like Diablo. What the players are trading are basically any item and especially currency items. These type of items, they're really rare. And for example, the currency in the game that's most the players trade, it's called Chaos Orb. And what that does is you can use a Chaos Orb in an item to change its modifiers. You know, when you drop a yellow item in Diablo, you can see the mods that it has, do more cold damage or more cast speed, more attack speed. That's the currency that players use to trade. Now, it can go even further, and the other currency that's above Chaos Orb is the Exalted Orb. And what that does is an Exalted Orb adds a modifier. An item can only have 6 mods. So if you have an item with 3 mods, you could add another one to a rare item, a yellow item. And I know I'm kind of talking mechanics on the game, but I think I'm trying to streamline it so it's easy to understand. But what I'm saying is these are items that you can use in game, but they're also using it to trade. So there are items in this season, they're more expensive than they were in last season because the meta changed. A new build is way more powerful than last season's. So items for that build are now way more expensive than they were before. And that is insane. It's so much fun. It creates this level where every item you drop could be good. It could be expensive. You could sell these items to other players. And that puts value on every drop, every single drop. For example, earlier today, I dropped an item. It was a big star on the map. And then I was well, this might be good. When I checked, it was a legendary, a unique item. It's what it's called in PoE. And it was worth 5 Exalted Orb. And 1 Exalted Orb right now is around 120 Chaos Orbs. So it's really expensive. I mean, pro players have way more, they're way more rich than that. But 5 Exalted for me would be something oh my god, I'm rich. So every drop and everything is so exciting, to check the price. And is it worth something? Is it not worth? That level of excitement for loot is what I want in a Diablo game. Now, loot is not the only thing in Path of Exile that really appeals to me. The build customization is another thing that I think Diablo 4 really, really needs. Not to say that Diablo 3 was bad, I think it was fun, but the way Path of Exile tackles it is with this enormous skill tree. You can just spend points and go in the path you want. What that allows is insane build variety, and that is so so cool. So far, I played 3 characters, 1 witch and 2 shadow. And actually, the first character that I ever made, the witch, she was an arc witch before, which is like Palpatine bzzz, witch. And then after I had a lot of currency, I changed her for like another skill and respec the whole 3, and she became like a complete different character to play. And the shadow that I played last season and the shadow that I'm playing this season kind of use similar skills, but they are completely different because of like the items that I'm using and what path I took on the skill 3. So like that level of customization just keeps the game alive. Imagine like a Diablo game where the customization goes that deep, and we might get a Diablo 4 like that. I want to believe that Diablo 4 will have that level of customization. And imagine like a Diablo 4 game with a robust economy, that level of customization, like this player trading where players are controlling the market. It's just like every season on Path of Exile, there's a new mechanic. They're adding new things on the game. Imagine that for a Diablo game. Path of Exile is I would say like a AA game. It's made by a small studio. It started as an indie game, but now it's, I would say, quite big. Like, at least I hope so, because it's so damn good. And a Diablo game is a game developed in Blizzard. That's a AAA title. You can, like, by playing Path of Exile, you can see the difference in polish between Path of Exile and Diablo game and Diablo 3. So imagine a Diablo 4 that it's as deep as Path of Exile. That would be like crazy. That's the dream right there. And that's what I hope for the franchise. I hope that Path of Exile keeps evolving. Like, I already have like more than 300 hours on it. Like, I'm still playing. I'm gonna go until the end of the season. I'm really excited for the future of Diablo. I mean, I'm afraid because it might not be all that, but I hope that Blizzard and the director and developers, they look at Path of Exile and look at these other games and like, what are they doing? What is working? What is not working? What can we apply into Diablo 4 in our own way to make this game good? That's what I hope for it. Now, Blizzard is not looking so good recently. They laid off 800 people when they were having like an all-time financial high. They closed off Heroes of the Storm, the esports side of the game, and then the game lost a lot of momentum. It just seems that the announcement of Diablo Mobile, that Diablo game, like...
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
I don't know if the Blizzard that we have right now is the same Blizzard that we used to know and love. That is scary. And I hope that they can make a Diablo game that's good, that they can capture that magic again. I love Diablo lore. I love that game so much, and I hope that we can get to play a good Diablo game in the future. I know that they are developing it. It's gonna take a while, and I hope that it's a good game. What do you think? Have you played Path of Exile before? Are you a Diablo fan? Have you played Path of Exile? There's a lot to like in Path of Exile. There's still a lot of things that I don't understand, that I still want to learn, and that is exciting for what that game is and what that genre is, and I hope that Diablo 4 follows that. Thank you for watching. Bye!